Stacey with Chapter 6, and I'm here with another requested review. This one is over The Giver by Lois Lowry. This book was requested to me by liily144, and she said it was the best book that she has ever read and that I must read it. And thank you, Lily, so much for requesting it to me, because I really do believe this is a must-read book. This is also for my AMP Reading Challenge January. Yes, I did finish it back in January. It was to start a new series, so I started the Giver series. There's 2 other companion books to this, which is The Blue Gathering and The Messenger, I think. So to start out this review, I'm going to say that most of you have probably read this book through school or some other situation, because it is really a must-read book. So I'm going to spend most of my time in the spoiler section. It's really hard to describe this book because the synopsis is so short. It gives no information on the book. So I will do my best without spoiling it for you. So what you need to know is this is a kind of a dystopian novel. The main character is Jonas, and he lives in a very weird society. It's not your typical dystopia society. It is a little bit of a darker society, and at the age of 12, every child is assigned their job that they'll have for the rest of their life. And Jonas is assigned to the most all-important job of the receiver. The receiver is the person in the community who holds all the community's memories. The writing is amazing. The development that happens through the book is just incredible. And it's really one of those books you just kind of read and experience for yourself to really get a true idea of what I'm talking about. But for those who have not read it, I do want to give one little message, one little piece of advice. When you finish the book, I want you to take your first assumption, the first thought that happens to you, that pops in your head when you close the book, and I want you to throw it out the window and don't think of it again, and try to dive deeper into the book and try to see what you come up with. The one complaint I have about the book, and the one and only complaint, because if you haven't found out by now, the book is amazing, you really should read it, out of this world, is that it's really uncomfortable. My copy, at least, is very uncomfortable to hold. I mean, it doesn't open very far. It's got one of those mass-produced spines on it, but it's so small that it doesn't crack. So it's like, I was like in there like trying to crack the crap out of this sucker just so I could hold it better, but it really hurt my hands trying to hold this book, and that's the only complaint I have, and that has to do with publishing companies, not the writer. So now for the spoiler section. If you have not read the book, then don't watch this part of the review. This is for people who have only read the book. So the first thing that really caught my attention in this book was the characters' use of diction. They make it very clear at the beginning of the book that they want the children to use the correct word for their situation or feeling. And I thought that was very interesting, because in today's world, in today's society, there's so many double meanings and so many different uses for words, and it was kind of nice and kind of refreshing to have a character from the very start just say, I'm angry and this is why I'm angry, or no, I'm not angry, I'm frustrated, and using the proper words for their feelings. As the character develops, you find out just with Jonas that these people and the words they use have no meaning anymore, because when they say something like, I am angry, they've never been in a situation to where they were truly angry, so they really don't have the life experience to back up their uses of the word. I really like that, because you never really see a character's speech develop like that, like their use of their words and their meanings and the true definition of words and the meanings behind words. And it was really interesting, and I really loved that part of the book. I think it was my favorite part of the book. His development of speech and his realization of his community through his speech and through his diction. I love that part of the book. I've never seen that before happen in a book, to where the way that the characters talk is such an important part of the story. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. Now I'm going to talk about the ending. Oh my gosh. My first assumption when I read this book is that they died. The author, she leaves the ending open. She doesn't tell you what happened. She wants you to, for your own, make up your own assumptions and make up your own ending. Like I told people in the non-spoiler section, throw that assumption out the window. Do not focus on that assumption and dive deeper into the book. So when I did that, this is what I came up with for the ending. The world that they're in is in a bubble. Like, the world outside of it is regular. It's like our world. It's like our society. But they are basically in a bubble to where their community is different. But it's still placed, still located in our world. When Jonas and the baby get out, they basically get out to our society and our regular society. Like, the Jonas wasn't playing off the memories that he had. But he was just getting introduced into our society. That's what I got from the ending of the book. I wasn't really planning on talking about the memory thing too much, because I wasn't focused on that part of the book. I was mostly focused on other parts of the book. But for me, the memories, I didn't think it was that bad to begin with, because I don't know. I mean, how nice would it be to live into a world where all the painful memories of society, of war and danger and all that, how nice would it be not to have those memories, and for everyone just to be able to live into a content world? That would be very, very nice. But then, again, like the character, you realize that with the good comes the bad. They balance each other out. You can't have the bad without the good, or the good without the bad. Let me know what you thought of the ending, how the ending played out for you, because it was a brilliant move for her to leave it open like that, and it's a great way for us to discuss it, and what you guys thought the ending happened and what happened to Jonas. Yeah, but I thoroughly love the book. It's definitely a must-read book. I can't believe it took me this long to read it. But yeah, this is Stacy with Chapter Chicks, and this review was for you. Bye, guys.